What is good, everybody? It's your boy Austin Briley coming to you live on this Saturday afternoon/evening. Hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend and had a great Friday evening. Today we're going to be looking at two teams, the Utah Utes and the Texas Longhorns. Most commonly calling a lot of Utah games, so this will be a fun one to kind of see them take another form here. Shout out to Zeke Moore with the birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to him down in the chat, everybody, or happy belated. We'll go ahead and get this one underway here shortly. I'm going to be taking kind of the John Smith approach here and kind of more so having a little bit more fun with you guys this game as opposed to just being critical of every single play. I think that'll make this game a lot more enjoyable for the both of us, and so it'll be a fun time here watching Lamar Anderson take on Rado Rivers. Eric Reyes with a huge game last week against us, leading the categories here a little bit. Also a fellow counterpart, Lamar Anderson. And so we'll have to see how that plays out here today against the Utah team that, from what I've at least previously seen during my tenure calling these games, is a team that can kind of fluctuate on all different types of cylinders. And so we'll see how that plays out here. And we'll go ahead and get some things taken care of and underway here once we get the Super Sim going. Alrighty, guys, we're underway. So again, Lamar Anderson coming off of a big game. We'll get some more details about Utah here in a little bit, but we're going to see Zell Mercer go ahead and take a knee in the back of the end zone. So out is going to come Rado Rivers for the first drive of this ball game. 3 touchdowns to 5 interceptions on the year. He's looking to create a little bit more of a statement out here today against this very potent and powerful Texas Longhorns team. So first down and 10. Rado Rivers is going to hand it off to Zell Mercer, and Zell Mercer is going to get a gain of what looks to be about nothing. So we'll see Rado Rivers take the ball back into his own hands here on this next play. Rado's looking to pass, and will complete a beautiful pass to Zeke Moore, the birthday boy. And that's what you love to see here from Utah. Utah coming out here early, not allowing the pass defense of the Texas Longhorns to get settled in right out of the gate. And we'll go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 10. As a quarterback, that's not an easy play to make. And so that's a very impressive throw by Colorado Rivers there. And hopefully we'll see that continue on throughout this ball game. Rado Rivers is going to look to pass again. This time he's going to step forward. He's going to hug it down the field. And this time he's going to throw an interception. We'll have to see who the interception is right now, but an interception on the first drive of this game is not what you want to see. It looks like it's going to be Jamison on the interception, number 7. So out will come Lamar Anderson. Lamar Anderson looking to have a big game, like I said, after having a very large game against the Oregon Ducks last week, who just so happened to fall to the LSU Tigers yesterday by way of a massive margin. We also touched base on the Georgia-Ole Miss game that was played out in the rain. Georgia remained victorious there. You see Lamar Anderson throw an incompletion on his first pass attempt. 10 minutes and 43 seconds left in this first quarter. Looking at this Utah team, Lamar Anderson's going to have a challenge here today, as him and Eric Reyes are going to look to, like I said, dominate this other Pac-12 counterpart after playing another Pac-12 team just a week ago. Everything's looking good so far for Lamar Anderson and the Texas Longhorns, and so we'll have to see how that plays out as Carlos Thompson gets the first down for a gain of 6 yards. Calvert on the tackle. And we're going to move those chains, everybody, so we're going to see a couple different things go on here. So Utah moving early but throws an interception to Texas. Now Texas is moving early as well, so we'll have to see how that plays out here. Texas looks to run the ball again. Carlos Thompson running with the one-hand carry. Ball's just short at the line of scrimmage. Gain of nothing. Lamar Anderson looks to pass. Will pass, and will complete that pass to number 11, NJ Abaya. Carlos Thompson's going to look to run again. This time he's going to get a little bit more than he's used to. He'll get 3 yards on the play. I apologize if you guys are seeing any lag. We'll see if we can have that betterment towards the end of this game. Lamar Anderson hands it off to Carlos Thompson again. This time Carlos getting a little bit shifty. Not sure if he picked up the first down, but it'll be a gain of about 8. 3rd and 2. Terrence Brown Jr. on the tackle. Wide receiver going to motion. And that pass will be completed to number 5. And is that boy? It is. That's going to be Eric Reyes. Eric Reyes with a phenomenal game last week against the Oregon Ducks to topple them completely. 3 touchdowns, I believe, on that ball game. And so, massive, 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 massive performance. Week 5 game scores. We're going to have Florida State coming out victorious 23-7 over the USC Trojans. We'll have the Alabama Crimson Tide coming out by a mere last-second touchdown, 20-19 over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And UCLA is going to come out 24-10 victorious over the Cincinnati Bearcats. Looking at the schedule for the rest of the way. Hope you guys enjoyed that Miami-Michigan game earlier on today. Going over and looking at the rankings, we're going to see Texas ranking at number 3, while Utah is going to sit at number 9. Texas currently sitting at 3-1, Utah sitting at 2-2. Lamar Anderson ranking number 2 on the passing touchdown leaders list with 9 passing touchdowns. Ranking 3rd in completions with 94 completions coming into this game. And again, Eric Reyes not only leading the touchdown category, but leading the receiving yards category too, with 347 receiving yards. We're going to see an interception there by Ethan Calvert. Sorry about that, guys. I was looking at the other stats, but so Lamar Anderson is going to give the ball back too on the first drive of their possession. And so now Colorado Rivers is going to come back out here. His only incompletion of the game being an interception so far after throwing that nice on-the-move throw previously. Colorado Rivers looks to hand it off. This time it'll be Bo Sanders. Bo getting a little bit loose. And Bo's going to take it 5 yards up the way, halfway to the middle of the first down. Last week for Bo Sanders, 14 for 54, 1 touchdown. So Bo Sanders and Azell Mercer and their divided carries here are going to be a huge important factor on unsettling this Texas Longhorns defense. Get somebody to jump off sides, but they didn't snap the ball in time. Bo Sanders is going to get a gain of about 3. Actually, that'll be Azell Mercer, so Azell Mercer with a gain of about 3. 3rd down and 2. We're going to look to take care of something here real quick. All right, everybody, and we are back with a much better connection speed, it looks like. And so we're going to see the ball handed off to Bo Sanders. Bo Sanders with the first down. And a gain of about 6. 1st down and 10. And that's what you want to see here. You want to see a run game, like I said, get established so that way the passing game can open up. Utah does like to run a lot of play action, and so play action can only work if the run game's working as well. Unless, of course, you are a user player and are just really good at reading out blitzing. Bo Sanders, like I said, is going to take it up to get another 1st down on the play. Texas just outside the 40-yard line is going to, or not Texas, Utah just outside the 40-yard line looking to respond right now as there's the play action that we called upon. And that'll be a completed pass to number 5, Zeke Moore, for a gain of what looks to be about 5. So Zeke Moore getting his touches early here, like I said, the birthday boy yesterday. Rado Rivers looks to pass it. Wolf pass it, floats it, and completes it. We'll have to see who that was here in just a second. I believe that might be you-know-who. And that is you-know-who. That is Light Yagami with 10 yards after catch. For a massive, massive first down on a beautiful pass where he got loose there. So good to see Light not getting locked up here at all. Just to start off this ball game, that's going to be absolutely pivotal for the Utah Utes here against these Texas Longhorns. See, Utah now in field goal range, or debatably in field goal range. If you watched any of those games from yesterday, field goal range is a bit touchy, at least this week. As we'll see a completion there. And a beautiful anticipatory pass to Zeke Moore is going to get them just a couple yards short of the first down. Mar Anderson going over some things with Coach Nickerson's assistant over there, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page after throwing that previous interception. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Rado Rivers sends a man in motion. Will fake the handoff to him and fake the handoff again. This time he's going to throw it. Out of bounds, incomplete pass intended for, I believe, the running back, or at least the man in motion. Rado looks to pass again. This time throws another anticipatory throw to Light Yagami, but no cigar. And it'll be first down Texas after a turnover on downs. So not sure really what the play calling was there. They were in kind of the middle ground between field goal range and punting range, and so that might have had something to do with it. But out comes Eric Reyes and Lamar Anderson again, looking to get back on top with each other after, like I said, having a massive explosion of a game last week against the Oregon Ducks. Lamar Anderson lines up, takes the handoff to Carlos Thompson, looks to pass, and he's going to sail one and almost complete that pass, but great pass defense at the end to force that incompletion. Lamar Anderson hands it off to Carlos Thompson. Carlos is going to get stopped after a gain of about 2. Third down and 8. And that pass, not sure how that was going to be completed if it was, but it will fall incomplete nonetheless. Fourth down, Texas. Utah will hold strong here. Glad to see it. This is, like I said, a very, very tough Texas team. But Utah will continue to try and do something here first. As Zell Mercer is going to get somewhat loose, but ultimately be wrapped up before he gets too far on the return. And if I'm Rado Rivers, I'm looking towards Light Yagami on this play and just on this drive as a whole. That's your number one guy. That's the guy that you turn to. Your best friend. That's the guy you eat lunch with. And that's the guy you share a dorm with. So most important to definitely get him involved in this football game. Rado looks to pass. There's Light Yagami, just like I had said. And we'll have to see if that is a first down or inches. That will be inches. And so Texas holding strong for the moment. As Rado looks to pass. And Rado's going to be sacked, so Texas will actually stand here tall. Not really sure necessarily why the ball wasn't handed off there when your running backs are getting positive yardage on every carry so far. But nonetheless, that will also wrap up your first quarter. And so we'll see Devin Marshall on the sack. And that'll be the end of your first quarter, so go ahead and drop your twos down in the chat. We'll go ahead and look to get underway on the second quarter with a punt from Utah to Texas here as the field position is swapped. One thing I've noticed about the mod a lot of times in my experience with it is certain teams will have certain directions on the field where they have more production. Me personally, I've noticed is always when we're heading towards the right side of the field. So I'll have to see if a field position change is going to allow for a little bit more extra stuff to happen. As Utah will look to run the ball. Not Utah, Texas will look to run the ball with Carlos Thompson. Carlos will get semi-loose, but ultimately trip up under his own stumble there at the end. Or a loss of a yard, actually, on that play. And so Texas right now is in a position where they're not necessarily doing too hot, but neither is Utah. So very balanced game defensively right now as both of these teams are making their strides, but also having their strides cut short at the same time by way of either turnover or a forced possession change. If I'm Lamar Anderson, I'm looking for Eric Reyes on this drive. Like I said, massive, massive chemistry. And so that's a huge, huge, huge part to the success, I believe, in completing this game. And that'll be him right there. Eric Reyes with a third reception for 31 yards on the ball game as chemistry looks to be heating up early. It'll be Davis on the tackle. Lamar Anderson's going to line up here on third down. Lamar looks to pass. Will complete that pass, and that pass will be completed to I believe NJ Abaya. That will be NJ Abaya. And so Texas looking strong right now. On this drive, at least. It'll be Calvert on the tackle. He's having a big game on the defensive side of the ball, at least tackle-wise. And Texas is going to look to continue on this drive. Just about midfield. Texas looking to make a statement here. As that's not going to be how you make it. A pass almost intercepted by a group of Utah defenders. But that's the beautiful thing about football. Multiple drives, multiple downs, multiple games. And so you got a lot of time throughout your season to figure out what you're doing. You got a lot of time throughout your season to get your wins, your losses. If you do end up losing any of your games. And so there's a lot going on here, but that won't do it either. There's a lot going on here for both of these teams, but it's looking good and early. It's looking good early and promising for these teams to have success. As this we knew would be a very, very probably tightly contested ball match. As you see a punt almost blocked. One of these days we will see a blocked punt as Giselle Mercer is going to get absolutely lit up the minute he catches that ball. So out comes Colorado Rivers looking to take yet another stab. 10 minutes and 2 seconds left here in your second quarter. Ball's going to be handed off to Bo Sanders, and this time Bo's going to get loose just like Bo does. And he'll fall just to either a yard or inches short of the first down. Second down and 1 for the Utah Utes by way of Bo Sanders after a 9-yard gain on the previous play. As Bo Sanders will complete it again and get a first down. This time, we'll see a flag on the play. And that'll be holding on the Utah offense. It'll be Adam Jakes, the tight end, on the holding call. And so Texas will accept that. So it does look like it'll be a 2nd and 10 instead of a 2nd and 1. Waddle looks to pass again. This time he will complete a pass. That'll be Jaws. Everybody put your sharks down in the chat. That'll be Jacques Alexander Walker on the reception. Waddle looking to get shifty with it again. It ends up throwing the ball away, looking like it was intended for the receiver on the left side of the field. Light Yagami wide open in the middle of the field. And so, again, one of these times we're going to see a blocked punt. Some of these punts getting too close. You see a fair catch called after he learned that probably best to not try and take a hit after Zell Mercer was rocked on his last punt return. And out walks NJ Abaya and Lamar Anderson as Eric Reyes is getting hyped at the bottom of your screen, looking to hopefully make a bigger impact here. Lamar Anderson hands the ball off to Carlos Thompson. As Carlos is getting somewhat loose, and we'll see a first down by Carlos Thompson on what otherwise looked like it would be an initial loss of yardage. Gotta love the one-handed carry by Carlos Thompson. I haven't seen him fumble quite yet. That's the other key important piece here too. We got to see Carlos Thompson get in the end zone hopefully on this game. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll use Carlos Thompson to get down there, and then Lamar will do some crazy stuff as he gets another first down. So hopefully this is a sign to point that Carlos Thompson will get a touchdown on this drive. Or at least in this game. 8 minutes left to go in your second quarter here. Coach Armani looks to, or Coach Gucci, sorry. Coach Gucci looks to get his defense a little bit more strapped up here as Texas is currently moving. Just to pass the midfield mark. Lamar Anderson will hand it off to Carlos Thompson. Carlos looking like he's a little bit confused there, but he's still going to get a gain of about 7. Second down and 4. So it will turn out to be a gain of 6, actually. So a gain of 6 on that previous play by Carlos Thompson as he totes the rock yet again. We'll have to also pay attention to drops here in this game. Haven't seen any yet, or any crucial drops at least yet. But drops are always a very important thing in this PFL league, because Anthony Jr. will be the receptor of that pass. But drop passes are a huge missed opportunity here in the PFL as the game moves fast and the game moves hard. And so I'll have to pay attention to those. Most notably, a couple of receivers right now leading the catches. I'm not sure that I have that graphic yet, but I do know Jay Pickens only has 1 drop currently. And so Jay Pickens doing his best to help out the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and everything that they're doing. Carlos Thompson will get another first down there as Coach Nickerson is actually very happy right now with how his team's performing. And so we'll have to see if this plays out by way of 3 points or if this plays out and free play. And that's not what you do with a free play, but I guess it's a free play, so you can do whatever you want with it. Texas will move 5 yards closer. That'll be Terrence Brown Jr. on the offsides. He'll fake the snap and he'll get caught slipping. 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in the second quarter for everybody. Again, if you're just joining us, my name is Austin Briley, PFL staff, play-by-play commentator, and Oregon Ducks quarterback. Thank you for joining me here on this Saturday evening. As we'll look to continue to get this underway. We'll see Carlos Thompson looking to either get a first down or just short. It will be just short by a yard. But it does look like Lamar might end up taking this drive into his own hands here. And he will. And he'll throw that ball away. And so 3 points, at least for the moment, is looking like how we'll start this football game with just 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. So we will see the kick be made. And so 3-0 Texas over Utah right now with just about 5 minutes or so left in your second quarter. Or 4 minutes, sorry. Clock's moving really fast on me now. Zell Mercer is going to look to take it out of the back of the end zone. Zell's going to get it just past the 20-yard line. We'll see Rado Rivers and Bo Sanders come back out here. Like I said, not in too much of a rush right now. There's still plenty of football left. A lot of promise that we've seen from Utah so far against this otherwise tough team. Same with Texas. So, yeah, they both have their interceptions, but interceptions happen. And if you want to talk about interceptions, I'm the guy to talk to. And so, Zado's going to complete a beautiful pass there to Zeke Moore. So, Zeke Moore getting a big birthday game after Carlos Thompson had a big birthday game just a week ago. Coach Nickerson not so happy with how his defense is playing now after getting this early 3-0 lead. But with beautiful pass by Rado Rivers over to Zeke Moore. Three minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the second quarter, as we'll see things probably heat up here a little bit more towards the half. Not too sure at the moment who gets the ball here to start the second half, but Bo Sanders is going to take it up for a gain of about 6. But we'll have to pay attention to that here shortly. Utah moving right now, so again, there's a lot of promise here for this Utah Utes team against this Texas Longhorns team. Utah hands the ball off to, we'll have to see in just a second. It'll be Bo Sanders again. So Bo Sanders with 6 rushes for 33 yards in this ball game, as his carries have looked to amount to much more than just that. But nonetheless, 33 yards for Bo Sanders, as Bo Sanders has been a pivotal point in keeping this Utah offense moving, as per usual. So it's good to see that at least right now, when the rest of the team's semi-struggling, that the running game is still open and available. Utah's going to line up under center, fake the snap, get somebody to draw off sides, but not snap the ball in time. Rado's looking to pass it, and this time he's going to be sacked as he steps forward in the pocket by number 94. That'll be Parker. Coach Nickerson happy after seeing that last sack. So that'll keep the clock moving here. College football rules, obviously, so we will have no 2-minute warning here. So the clock will continue to tick once the Utah Utes line back up. But a huge sack there to force about 5 or so yards. Thankfully, Rado did step up in the pocket, and so it's not too big of a loss. Still very manageable, especially with the time left. They're going to draw him off sides again, but this time still not snap the ball. They look like they're trying to separate themselves from the clock here a little bit, try and keep Texas off of their backs if they do end up scoring here. Maybe Rado Rivers to number 2. We'll see a no huddle. And that one's almost intercepted again by 2 Texas defenders. And so, 4th down. We'll have to see what they do here with this. I do believe they'll punt it, and it does look like they will. So we'll have to see if we see a muffled punt here again, or nope, it'll become clean. And we might have a coffin corn. Nope, touchback. So Texas will take over with 1:19 left in the second quarter in this 3-0 ball game. And we'll have to see if him and Lamar Anderson and Eric Reyes can cook something up here. Lamar Anderson lines back, Carlos Thompson to his right. Floats one, completes the pass, just past midfield to number 11, NJ Abaya. So NJ Abaya with a big catch there over a couple Utah defenders. And with 1:14 seconds left and 3 timeouts, that's what you want to see here from your offense. So it looked like a little bit of a pre-anticipatory fade route. Maybe a go route, if you want to get technical with it. And so Texas just past midfield with 1 minute left to go here in the second quarter. As that'll be Eric Reyes with a massive comeback route pick up there. And you have to love these anticipatory throws by Lamar Anderson as he's hitting the majority of them. And so the accuracy is there, and that's what you want to see from your quarterback. Things looking very, very good for Texas here on this drive. Just under a minute left, but we do have 3 timeouts for Texas. Coach Nickerson's walking over to watch his team play. And almost having a touchdown on that previous play. Just a little bit of a hair overthrown, but that's probably best after it seemed like they ran out of distance before the time the ball was snapped. And this time the pass will be almost intercepted as they look to continuously keep trying to throw anticipatory throws to NJ Abaya. And so even just a little bit more right here, and that's perfect. That's what you want to see. So both of these teams, Utah does look like they'll get a stop, but Texas will pick up. Oh, Texas with the chance to almost get 3 more points here, but instead looks like they're going to try and go for it instead. So a screen play, and that'll work out beautifully. So hopefully we'll see a timeout called, and we do. I do have a feeling still that 3 points will be the result of this drive, but it's good to see the competitiveness early from this Texas Longhorns side, as they currently lead this ball game with 27 seconds left in your second quarter, 3-0 over the Utah Utes. Lamar looking to pass, throws the ball away as he doesn't want to fall out of field goal range. Stops the clock. A little bit of a free timeout there, as long as you don't mind losing the down. Lamar Anderson looks to pass. Will. And he'll complete it. Another timeout will be called. Lamar Anderson lines back up into shotgun formation with Carlos Thompson to his left. Lamar looks to pass. Will. And then throws that ball out of bounds. So as previously stated, at least for the moment, it's looking like 3 points will come out of this again to end this half. We'll probably see a Hail Mary from Otto Rivers here just to try and see if they can get themselves a tie ball game here before the half. Utah is now trailing in this game 6-0 to the Texas Longhorns. With just 8 seconds left in this half. We'll get this finished up here, and then we'll go ahead and take a break, and then we'll see you guys after the second half, or at the beginning of the second half. And so we'll either see a run play here or we'll see a Hail Mary. It does look like we'll see the Hail Mary. So we'll wait for them to get down there, and then Rahdo's going to uncork a long one. And that one will fall incomplete. So again, my name's Austin Barley. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be right back with you after halftime. And we are back, everybody. As Texas looks to start off this second half. As I always previously say, second half does always go by faster than the first, and so we'll see this game hopefully start to cook up here just a little bit. Carlos Thompson coming back out onto the field, still looking for a touchdown. Lamar Anderson looks to fake the run and carry an option himself. Looks like he'll just get back to about the line of scrimmage. And he'll actually gain a little bit of yardage on the play, but not much. And if I'm Lamar Anderson, like I said, we're just waiting to see Eric Reyes really kind of separate himself here in this ball game. He's already gotten a couple of big plays. But that's going to be your guy, just like Lotto has Light, Lamar has Eric. And so that'll be a huge piece to salting this game away if Texas wants to keep this goose egg intact, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Already down to 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in this third quarter, and what already feels like a boost of time just already flew by. That's the fun part about football, is it feels long, but it's really not that long of a game, and so you really get to see showcases of talent come out here and separate themselves usually pretty early on, but a very even matched game so far. Looks like Carlos Thompson will take a flat check down route and get a gain of about 3. Carlos Thompson looks to run again, and this time he's going to pick up the first down, just taking him past midfield. And so Carlos Thompson's still taking care of business here, making sure that everything is continuously moving down the field. And if Texas can make this a double possession game, we'll have to see some competitive nature from Utah here. Otherwise, this one could be potentially over early. While that would be upsetting, obviously, for the Utah team, Texas is coming in here very strong also, though. So even if Utah does fall here tonight to the Longhorns, I don't think that that's something that's a telltale of who this Utah team is. I think it's just a very telltale sign of who this Texas team is. And so it'll be cool to watch, nonetheless. Is Lamar Anderson looking to pass. Almost completes it, but doesn't end up doing so. And that pass will fall incomplete. So Texas looking to punt the ball already. 9 minutes or so left in this third quarter. And we'll have a directional punt. We'll have to see where that ended up going out of bounds. Out will come Bo Sanders. Bo Sanders with 5 touchdowns on the season, 435 yards and 76 rushing attempts. So overall, pretty spectacular season. But a lot of these other running backs are struggling to get their first touchdowns, or at least multiple thereafter. 85 will go into motion, and Bo Sanders will look to run this ball. Bo Sanders is going to run out of bounds after getting a gain of about 5, it looks like. Will actually be a gain of about 7. And so Bo's actually going to come out around the... Oof. That's a tough sack. They got to watch the legs there because that could have been dangerous. All right, so looking to take another stab at it. Third down and 11. Lotto's looking to pass. Oh, that was dangerous. Not really sure who that was intended for. Might have smacked something on his way passing the ball, but Utah will give this ball right back to Texas without any real convincing sort of stance other than Bo Sanders taking the ball on his own for that gain of 7. And that'll be Jameson on the the punt return, sorry. As Carlos Thompson will look to come back out here with only 1 touchdown on the season so far. Lamar Anderson lines up, looks to pass, and throws an interception. Second interception of the game. This time it looks like it'll be Broughton. So Broughton looking to get Utah back into this ball game. Picks off Lamar Anderson for the second time for that number 2 jersey number. And that'll be a huge shift of events. As Bo Sanders comes back out here onto the field with Rada Rivers and Zeke Moore, Jacques Alexander Walker to try and get a little bit more movement here going. 7 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Is that pass to be completed to Jaws? Everybody drop your sharks in the chat for Jaws' second. Sorry about that lag spike, everybody, but we are back. Thought that was going to potentially crash there for a second, as if you're an Austin Briley fan at all here in the PFL, you know that I tend to have the interesting set of luck when it comes to how these games play out from our boy Zeke. Rado, third down, looking to pass. Takes his snap. Snaps it. And throws an incomplete pass. And so it does look like Utah will get up here to put a half margin on this game. We'll have to make sure that this field goal goes through, like I said, after everything that happened yesterday, but it does. So this will be a 6-3 ball game. Overall, very contested, like I said, at least defensively. And so, if you're Lamar Anderson, that's what you like to see, if there's going to be any points that are going to be scored against you at all after throwing an interception. And so, we'll have Jamison take another knee in the end zone. Carlos Thompson will look to come back out here. That might not have been Jamison. That might have been somebody else. But I know Jamison is their punt return, so our punt returner. Lamar Anderson looking to pass already out of the gate. Calls a hot route. Throws a completed pass. Lamar Anderson looks to pass again. Oh, never mind. I guess this is going to be a QB draw. That is the first time I've ever seen somebody put their shoulder down immediately and just go for it. But it ain't going to amount to much. Nonetheless, 3rd and 2, so a very manageable third down situation for these Texas Longhorns. 5 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. It'll be a huge tackle to prevent what otherwise would have most likely been a first down. Lamar Anderson hands it off to Carlos Thompson, as Carlos Thompson will pick up yet another first down for this Longhorns offense. And a lot of yards for Carlos Thompson, at least a lot of carries, a lot of first down gains, but we want to see it amount to something for the kid. That way he can feel like he's contributing just a little bit more for this team. Boy, is that a scary way to hold the football, but he does it so well. Lamar Anderson looks to pass. Does. Completes a beautiful pass to NJ Abaya. So NJ Abaya being the root of all evil when it comes down to all these offensive and defensive breakdowns when it comes down to the Utah Utes. There's a lot of anticipatory throws, like I said, just kind of throwing it over there, but he's really not given anybody a reason to believe he's going to drop any one of these balls yet. And so, I mean, just like I said about Eric Reyes, if you have that kind of chemistry and it's working out and it's not broken, then definitely don't fix it, especially not now in a game like this. We'll see another anticipatory throw. They need to have those kind of toned down a little bit, as this game is going to become about strategy here very, very soon, if it wasn't already. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in this third quarter. Texas currently leads 6-3 over the Utah Utes. Lamar Anderson looks to pass. Will completes the pass. It'll be NJ Abaya again. So again, another anticipatory throw. Seems to be where they're finding the majority of their connections. And so it may be important to just have those be anticipatory throws. And another interception. Oh my gosh. So Lamar Anderson's going to throw his third interception of the ball game after throwing what I believe was none last week and actually having close to 4 passing touchdowns. And so if you're Utah, this is yet another chance for you to step up here and create something big. Rado Rivers under center. Play action. Passes. Looks like that might be Adam Jakes. I'll have to see here in just a second. Or perhaps it won't show it to us. Stuck on the game trends. As Bo Sanders is going to get yet another first down. Similar to how I said about Carlos Thompson, you want to see Bo Sanders here get in the end zone here shortly just so he can feel like he's contributing that much more for his team as well. Even though he's contributed just as much as Carlos Thompson has, is grounding and pounding that ball to try and open up the passing game at least a little bit, show that they're both threats on their feet. As he plants there. Rado Rivers looks to pass. Will pass it. And complete it to Zeke Moore. Zeke Moore with a massive reception there to put them within the goal line range. Sorry about that. Well, that's what you love to see here from Utah. Is Utah's coming back out here and is looking to make Lamar Anderson pay for that earlier interception. As they've kind of gone full circle on this field now. After Zeke Moore continues to have a big birthday game. That could have gone anywhere as that bounces off the head of the lineman and falls incomplete. Minute 26 left here in the third quarter. Those Sanders will look to try and get up the middle. Hopefully don't see anything amount to 3 more points here, but at least we can count on a tie ball game if that does happen. As Bo reaches for the end zone, but they don't give it to him. 4th down and goal. We'll have to see what Utah does here. If they go for it, there is a legitimate chance that they could get a touchdown and force Texas to either try to march down the field and get a touchdown, or if they don't get it, at least force them into an uncomfortable situation safety territory-wise. So it does look like they will just take the tie to the ball game, just in case anything extra does happen. I'll have to make sure this field goal does go through, and it does. So we're going to have a game all knotted at 6 here, everybody. I'll have to get a time clock read here for you in just a second. So with 15 seconds left here in the third quarter, we have a tie ball game to lead us into the fourth. And we'll hopefully see something come from that. So Texas looking to respond here. Lamar Anderson on 2 of his interceptions, giving up 3 points individually. As Lamar Anderson's going to be sacked by number 42, Afua. Apologize to everybody for not getting super hyped up in the chat. Do got to be a little bit quieter just because I do got some people sleeping. But other than that, we're getting as hype as we can as this fourth quarter is going to get underway. Like I said, pretty decently long third quarter. But as the clock's going to tick down here in this fourth quarter, we're going to see a lot more crazy time plays. And so hopefully we're going to be able to see a big score here some point soon. Lamar Anderson looks to pass, does. That pass is completed. Number 11, NJ Abaya. NJ Abaya being the Eric Reyes of this ball game so far against this other Pac-12 counterpart in the Utah Utes. Giving off his best Reyes impression as Lamar Anderson's going to look to pass yet again. Does. And then this time it'll be completed to number 86, I believe. And that'll be Billingsley. The Billingsley on the reception, McKinney on the tackle. It'll be his third tackle of the ball game. As we'll see them talking with each other there on the sideline. As Texas will punt this ball away, and so Azell Mercer is looking to get shifty. Will end up getting very, very shifty. 10 minutes and 47 seconds left here to go in this fourth quarter. As Utah is going to march back out onto the field after a very promising drive to tie the ball game out last time. And so we'll have to see if they can capitalize on that yet again. Zeke Moore with a very, very large game. Like I said, shout out to the birthday boy, as he's been very impactful here for the Utah Utes against this otherwise very, very sturdy Texas team. They've had their struggles against the Utah Utes on defense, at least, or when they're on offense, but overall their defense holding strong. Like I said, that's why this is a 6-6 ball game with 10 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's see where that ended up. That'll be Bo Sanders again. It'll be a first down on the play, so Utah will continue to move. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. As Bo Sanders will be handed the ball again, so the clock will continue to move here. We're going to crack down here in just under 9 minutes. Bo Sanders looks to run again, and this time we'll get a little bit more shifty, but we'll be brought down on the right side of the field as the clock will continue to still tick. Rado Rivers looks to pass. Completes it to number 2. Let's see it move out of the way. That'll be Sebastian Como. So Sebastian Como getting his second reception of the ball game for a total of 31 yards so far in his contribuable night for the Utah Utes. And so didn't have too big of a play before, but that big play there got him a massive chunk of yardage. As Utah is looking to take a lead in this ball game for the first time. As Bo Sanders looks to get just shy of the first down. 2nd and 2. And Bo Sanders has been a very, very important part of why this drive has gotten them all the way down to the 30-yard line. Unless there's a sack or a turnover of some kind here, we will see Utah most likely take the... Oh my gosh, and there it is. There's the touchdown for Bo Sanders, everybody. So Bo Sanders is going to get into the end zone. And Bo Sanders will be your first guy in the end zone tonight here in this football contest. 7 minutes and 16 seconds left to go as Bo Sanders takes it about 30 yards to put the Utah Utes up over the Texas Longhorns 12-6 currently. Barring an extra point, this will become a 7-point ball game. So still nothing crazy, but Texas will now need to score a touchdown if they want to tie this ball game. Otherwise, Utah will walk out of here victorious with this one. Provided they continue to move like they just moved on that previous drive. Utah kicks it off to Texas. Texas brings it out of the back of the end zone, or front of the end zone, sorry. Just shy of the 30-yard line, past the 25. So out will come Lamar Anderson on a night that he's had a decent amount of struggles passing the ball, either doing really, really well or throwing an interception, it seems like. But if Bo Sanders could do that on the previous drive, then so can Carlos Thompson. Must be a halfback screen there to Carlos Thompson, as Carlos Thompson will get a minimal gain. Looks like to be a gain of about 2 or so yards. 7 minutes left here in this fourth quarter. Texas looks to march on as Carlos Thompson is stopped short after a screen attempt. And Lamar Anderson will look to pass here on 3rd and 7. Lamar Anderson looks to pass. Does. Completes it. That'll be Eric Reyes on the completion. It'll be 4th down and inches. So we'll have to see if they willingly give this ball back to Utah, if they will take their stab at getting those extra inches here. Just about 5 or so minutes left here in this fourth quarter. Once this play clock speeds up here in just a moment. So Eric Reyes on a contrable catch, as Texas will willingly give this ball back to Utah. So if Utah is able to score here in some type of way, then this could go a long way in salting away this one. Giselle Mercer is going to be stopped after a return of about 5 or so. And out comes Utah after scoring a touchdown by way of Bo Sanders on that previous drive on a 30-yard rushing attempt. Obviously, we'll see most likely a lot of Bo Sanders, Giselle Mercer to finish this ball game up. Try and run that clock down. Ooh, and that's a smart play. So make them think that you're going to run the ball. Call play action, set up your blockers, throw it flat, get a couple of yards usually. They ended up losing yards, unfortunately, but get a couple yards usually and continue on with your downs. And so overall, the way it amounted isn't necessarily the best, but the idea behind it is perfect. And so Utah is going to continue to try and keep this ball moving. With 4 minutes and just about halfway through that minute left to go. You see a receiver going to motion, but Bo Sanders will be the one that ends up with the rock. All right, 3rd down and 11, as we're going to see Rado Rivers look to most likely pass the ball here. And he'll wisely throw that one away after almost being sacked, but having great pocket awareness that allows him to get out of the way of the oncoming defenders. But Utah will now willingly give this ball back to Texas, and Texas in hopes of getting 7 points here to tie this ball game. Ooh, getting shifty on the punt return, I see. Jameson's going to get shifty on the punt return there. And that's going to go a long way in getting them in good field position here to try and tie this ball game up and force us into some extra innings. Or wouldn't that be a surprise? Texas looks to hold on. Throws an incomplete pass. So that will stop the clock. Lamar Anderson looking to come back out here and pass again immediately after throwing an incompletion on that previous passing attempt. Lamar Anderson throws it and throws his 3rd or 4th interception of the ball game. And that one just might about do it. Wow. What a strapped up game we've seen from this Utah team. Utah used to me hating and all those other things, but you just can't hate no more. I've been silenced and I've been proved wrong. This Utah defense has come out here right in front of me, in front of my eyes tonight, along with the help of Colorado Rivers and Bo Sanders, to really kind of shock the world in a game where they were ultimately, not necessarily if you ask them, but considered the underdog. And so we're going to see this clock here tick out probably very quickly if they can continue to get this ball moving. And what a game. Not a whole lot of extra stuff, and so Not a whole lot of yelling, not a whole lot of anything extra like that, but a lot of crucial plays at different times throughout this ball game that otherwise... Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? I like what you're doing there, Rado. So, another situation, another chance for Texas to potentially... Ooh, is that a coffin corner? Oh, how crushing would it be if that was a coffin corner and a safety salts this one away? We'll have to see. Lamar Anderson, 24 for 44, so only missing 20 of his attempts so far, but 0 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, as that's going to hurt his leaderboard averages quite a bit. Lamar Anderson's going to throw one there. Number 5, Eric Reyes. So Eric Reyes going to be looking to try and be himself here in a situation where they do got to score a touchdown or this game will be over. The clock continues to tick down. Going to draw him off sides. It doesn't look like it's going to work as the clock continues to tick. Not really sure what they're waiting for. Lamar Anderson finally does snap the ball, throws a completion. We'll see a no huddle here with 1.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Lamar Anderson will play action and float one, and that'll be NJ Abaya looking like himself in same form. Well, what a treat would it be to see an extra quarter of football here potentially. In a game like this. Lamar Anderson not looking too hot on the night so far, but looking good at least for now. Play action again. Floats it. And almost throws a touchdown. A great pass breakup. 1 minute and 6 seconds left. 2nd down and 10. As the pass will be almost intercepted again. Well, how horrible would 5 interceptions be to try and shrug off here in the next coming weeks? But that's kind of what you just got to do right now is take those shots. I do believe we might see a face mask. Oh, guys. Extra innings. Is it possible? We'll have to see. Lamar Anderson comes out here within the red zone. An opportunity to tie this ball game up. Oh, and gets absolutely thrown backwards in a crushing way. Looks to pass again. This time Will completes it. That'll be number 86. So we have 2 more chances. Oh, here we go, guys. This is it. This is Texas's last chance to score. And if not, Utah will hold on by way of 13-6. And a 5th interception. Oh my gosh. And that's going to be how the cookie crumbles here at the University of Utah, folks. 5 interceptions for Lamar Anderson. Holy crap. Is Madden on one this week? Oh, tough loss for the University of Texas, but a great ground and pound win for the University of Utah as they're going to look to try and run it up even more. Not sure what they're doing here. Oh, I guess just getting rid of the timeouts. If there's any timeouts to get rid of. Need a scoop and score here, otherwise it ain't gonna matter. And hopefully they just let this one bleed out, but something tells me they're gonna call a petty timeout. And there's the petty timeout. Alrighty, guys. We're going to wrap this one here on one final knee. And shout out to the University of Utah for, like I said, coming out here on a game that I'm calling and getting it done. Utah is going to hold on here by way of 13-6 over the Texas Longhorns, where Lamar Anderson throws a crushing 5 interceptions and the only touchdown on the game coming off of a 30-yard rushing touchdown from Bo Sanders. My name's Austin Briley, everybody. Y'all been great. Play-by-play commentator, staff, and Oregon Ducks quarterback. We'll catch y'all next time. Have a great, fantastic rest of your weekend, and have a great and safe Saturday night. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.